Hello, 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 everybody. Okay. Looks like we got the boot again. With Lance safe, the focus of the investigation will shift solely onto the murder. You mean the infighting between the kidnappers? Yes. And also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy! Oh, hey. Tell me it's true. Tell me that you really found my boy! Yes, Mr. Romano. We found him earlier in the stadium. Then, my little Lance is unhurt? He's not exactly the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned now by Agent Lang. Poor Lance! It must have been so horrible for him! Locked up like a... Like, girl, get it together. Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what happened to Oliver. But I have to say, I'm relieved Lance is alright. Oh, that's right! I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him. Viola! A letter? The way Lance has been chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I'm not tripping, right, chat? He looks like this. I'm not tripping, right? Chased after women? Viola? What's happening on your For You page? Wait, what's happening right now? We just started up. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself. Isn't this a breach of confidentiality? It's a very simple love letter. The way it's all wet and nasty, watch this be something sinister. I cannot believe that he getting love letters. I'm sorry. Oh? Hey, let me see. That's really weird. It's from a loan company, Tenderlender. Looks more like a collection bill to me. Thank God. I thought I was going crazy. Oops, I didn't mean to open that, I meant to go back. He loves me not. He loves me not. Oh, that's the 12th one. No, you can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try. Excuse me, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through. I suppose, if they were me, then... I believe you said you are Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct? Yes, I am, but... Oh, it's not like we both think of each other as lovers! But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either? I mean, because... This isn't just an ordinary ring. It tastes so sweet when you lick it. It's so wonderful! Girl... Yeah, Tenderlander was from the Ace Attorney episode earlier as well. You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring?
So which is it?
Have you guys not decided if you're going out? Or is it just one-sided? Decided? Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know? My father used to work for Mr. Romano, and so Lance and I grew up together. I said it out loud. I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of the Amano Group? What did he do? I heard his job was to fly around the world. On Pegasus. Pegasus? Oh, Pegasus is just the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. Oh. Okay.
You had me there for a second.
But now, it's all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore. Oh, I see. About 10 years ago, he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere. Okay, he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned. Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. Sounds like the stuff legends are made of. It's been so long. I don't think I'd recognize him if we were to ever meet again. Damn, deadbeat ass. Bro, Edgeworth giving Damien right now. What do you mean? He said, wouldn't you guys just naturally know? How many relationships do you think you've been in? Like, oh my gosh. Like, what does this mean?
I'm so sorry, Lauren.
But I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren, live! Okay. About this incident. Incident? Isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident. How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped? Oh, that's because of my woman's intuition. You based everything on that? I know everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. It really must be destiny.
She started fantasizing again. So what are you gonna do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there is one location that might hold a clue or two. Where did we leave off last time? The hideout, right? Yeah, downstairs. Yeah. They had that whole thing underground. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout.
But we're still not allowed in, remember?
Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there's no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in. Hi, how are you? Hold on, let me fix this real quick. Also, thank you for the rose, I appreciate it. There we go. What do you have to report? Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir. Where have I heard such redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside? Sir! Roger, sir! That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in? Sir, that's true, sir. But
Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir. And I couldn't refuse a request from him. Oh my gosh. Gumshoe got us through and through. Hi, how are you, Blue?
Wow, looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following.
Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir. What is this? Ooh. The man in this picture. Isn't that Mr. Oliver Deacon?
But the name here says Colin Deveray.
That's the same name as the one on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Deveray was his real name. What's this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison.
What? Then what was he doing here?
Apparently he broke out of jail, then just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon.
Now I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and this current case? And these police documents are rather detailed. Why the fuck were you just standing in front of the door instead of giving that to me? Am I tweaking? Chat, he really just sat there the whole time until we came to him. Brother, we needed that. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. It's fine. Let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout.
Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first. Think later.
More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you please unlock the door, officer. There's no door. It was locked up until a little while ago, but since then, the door's been wide open, sir. Very obviously, too. I'm not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Care to explain in a bit more detail? Sir, the door was locked down tight when they went to check the room. So they got about 10 officers to help out and break the door. Jesus, break the door down, sir. I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. So this is where the kidnappers planned their foul deed.
Well, you were tied up for a while in the room next door.
Okay, please. Must you bring that up again? Now then, down to business. There might still be some clues left in this room. Let's try to find out what we can of the other kidnapper's identity. So obviously, let's check out the suits. This must be where they dispose of old and worn-out costumes.
That's so sad.
It would seem that they throw the costumes away in pieces. What have we here?
Looks like a sword. A broken sword.
Strange. Why would it be broken like that? Swords don't usually break on their own.
That's true.
Alright then. Let's think about it in this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it for or on something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more on this later.
Ooh, they have barrels just like these outside.
Yes, and?
Well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but if these were real, what would you put in them?
There's an expectant gleam in her eyes, and I'm about to dash. TikTok, stop trying to silence me. Dude! Y'all, I tried to report somebody on TikTok today, and it didn't work. Not today, but yesterday, I reported someone's account name. When I tell you it was racial slurs, when I tell you, like, it was straight up the hard R N-word, and then the F slur towards gay people. That was just their username. And their, like, it was the display name and the username. And I reported both. And it was like, oh, we don't see any violations. Huh? And then I posted it on my story like, oh, okay, TikTok, my fault, sorry. Clearly, there's nothing wrong with this here. Sarcastically, of course. And they deleted my story. They were like, violations found in the story because of the slurs in their name. So you're telling me that that person could have that as their username and display name, but I can't post a screenshot of the username and display name? Like, bro, there was no option to add text to the report. It just was like, okay, reported. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Says this every damn time. The keys. Oops. There we go. I wonder what this key is to.
You got me.
It reminds me of the key we found in the other room.
That's it. This must be the key for one of those trapdoors.
That wasn't a trapdoor. You only call it one because you quite literally jumped into it.
Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do when you see one?
I'm not having this conversation with you. I didn't mean to click the key again. Oops. Folding chairs. By the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers.
There are 3 chairs set around the table.
There's 3 cups, too. There was 3 of them. Cheap styrofoam cups.
Looks like only 3 cups were used.
I like the way that she's saying it. It's almost like it's almost like she already knows what happened. She's like, yeah, there was clearly 3 people. Are you catching on yet? There's 3 people. Like, God. Oh my gosh. I was drinking my water. Something hit the back of my throat. I haven't played Tamagotchi today at all. I need to go, Nomi. I have work. Whatever. You hate me. Nothing is stopping you from doing both, mind you. Nothing is stopping you from doing both. Hold on. I'm checking my appeal right now. Yeah, no. I have no... you can't write a report. You can't, like, write anything back to them. Like I said it before. I checked again just to make sure. My only choices are to, like, block him. A poster of Gatewaterland is stuck on this wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige. Gatewaterland has it all. And it's waiting for you. There's something in the back of my throat. There we go. It's not especially catchy, is it? Nothing else? Nothing else? I think I'm good in this section. I want more.
Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth!
It's a broken mirror. It probably came from the haunted house. Why is this here? Are they planning to repair it?
Hey, there's a trap door in this room, too.
It's not a trap door. It's an entrance to an underground passage, Kay.
I know that.
The door leading to the outside world was locked. So Lance must have escaped his prison through here. I'm not gonna lie, can I say something that might be a little hot? Like a little bit of hot take? A little tiny bit of a hot take? Kay is obviously, like, cute. And so have all the other, like, characters we've gotten to fit this demographic. But they really can't replace Maya. No matter how hard they try to do it. Like, it's so obvious that these are replacements to Maya. Why am my text sending so fast? This is so unseen for me. Our Wi-Fi is the same wavelength. Oh my goodness. What happened to Maya? Maya's a grown-ass woman now. Literally nothing happened to her. They just, like, every time there's, like, a newer game, they find some teenage girl to, like, replace Maya. Ever since Maya, like, grew up and started doing her own thing. They keep, like, having replacements for her. Like, even Emma, for, like, a thing. They know what works, and they need someone in the role. We don't need it to be specifically a teenage girl every time. Especially when Loki, they've been weird about teenage girls. Hell, not even just teenage girls, even younger. Because I ain't forget that shit with Pearl. When, God, what was his name? The friend? Phoenix's friend? Childhood friend? Larry. When Larry was, like, on the phone and, like, Pearl picked up. And Pearl was, like, what? 8? Maybe younger? And he was like, that girl sounded so hot. You like, who was that? That girl sounded so, like beautiful or whatever. Like, what the fuck? What was that about? Burn Larry by the stake. I'm telling you right now. Just saying. This door is thoroughly broken thanks to the police who forced it open. Okay. I wouldn't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Definitely had to be because of the sword, right? And I think they're just afraid to break away from the formula. Because they could have people still assist them. They could just be older. Like, they don't have to be teenagers every time. Specifically teenage girls. Like, I like when, like... Because it feels too much like a formula. And, like, these characters don't feel like full characters. Why do you think they made sure Phoenix took up most of Apollo's trilogy? Technically, it wasn't even Apollo's trilogy. Just the first game was Apollo's game. And then they said, fuck Apollo for the rest of the games. In the trilogy, it went back to being like Phoenix Wright.
That doorknob handle thingy is looking pretty beat up. I suppose that's what happened.
No. I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force.
Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent.
But how is that possible after what the officer told us?
Yeah! If the lock had been in use when the door was busted down, then the lock itself should be completely wrecked.
It seems more like we came outside after, you know, getting out from being kidnapped. And then one of the kidnappers, or whoever is involved, ended up coming out probably from the underground and putting that sword there to block the door. Because the sword's broken too, right there.
The lock itself should be completely wrecked.
So the lock on the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How can that be? I think Capcom is stepping on eggshells when it comes to this series, and I don't understand why. Because it's just coming to bad decisions at this point. Because they have no problem writing actual slop. No offense. No offense, but some of those cases were genuinely just slop. Like, some of the plot points in the Ace Attorney games are genuinely just awful. Like, terrible. Which is crazy, because they're very, like... They're genuinely intriguing topics, and then they'll, like, randomly change the lore mid-game. Or just, like, one game apart, change the lore. You can't do this. You lock this into the story, you have to stick with this. This is not comic books, where there's, like, 50 different iterations. Because what the fuck was going on? They just randomly started changing lore, adding characters that obviously didn't exist before. I don't understand what they got from doing that. It was genuinely bad. Like, it was genuinely bad. Like, the games obviously still had their moments where they were really good. The characters are still beloved, but it really takes you out of the immersion when you're like, when they suddenly go, oh my goodness, so crazy. Isn't it awesome how Timmy's always been best friends with us, and we love Timmy, and we hang out with him every day? Also, my favorite food, his apples. And then, like, in the last game, Timmy didn't exist, and the character was allergic to apples. And hated apples. Like, oh, okay. So we're just saying things. Like, it felt like some of the writing team genuinely just did not play the other games. Or at least watch the other games. Because I know there's a story mode. If I check here. Where is it? Can I see it here, or do I have to... Story mode automatically progresses through the game when enabled, including answering questions. Yeah, you could literally just watch this game, by the way. You don't have to play it. Like, you don't have to play it. You could just watch the game. The panel that hid the entrance to the underground is propped up and wide open. Be careful of where you step, Kay.
I only fell into the other opening once, you know.
Like, I don't know. I don't get what they get out of doing that. Pissed me off a little bit. Just a little bit. It's been like months, too, and I'm still not over it. Okay, let me check now, because now I looked at other stuff. Let's see what we have. Obviously, these two. I've been said it. They could only genuinely benefit from consistency, and high key, they need to introduce someone new as well, again, like they did with Apollo, but they need to fucking stick with it. Which is crazy, because Apollo was peak. When they did Apollo, that was peak. Like, there was no reason for them to do all that. Because I love Phoenix. Phoenix had his time to shine, and Phoenix was still in the story, and he could have still stayed in the story. If there was more Phoenix, I'm fixing my chair. If there was more Phoenix in the Apollo games, instead of completely sidelining him like that as well, I think whoever was complaining probably would have complained a little bit less too. Call me crazy, call me crazy. It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock, and anyone can see that it was not in use at the time.
But the policeman outside said that it took 10 men to get it open.
A door that was locked tight, despite it being not locked at all. Tell your brother Jason I said hi. He don't want you. He don't want you. Stop. Y'all need to stop trying to hit up my family. Stop it. First of all, I want better for you all. Jason. Come on now. Secondly, I'm not doing that. Don't be sad. I just did you a favor. It can only be because of this.
Oh, you mean...
Yes. It was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at the door handle. Do you see how the handle is completely destroyed?
So that's how the sword broke.
What do you mean, why? Do better for yourself. Talking about some why. The common denominator between the cups and the folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3.
Wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers.
Indeed, something isn't adding up. Literally. Is it possible there's a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see? I thought that we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers. But instead, we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered.
Oh, God, no!
Why is it him?
Ah!
What is it?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth. Am I correct?
What are you doing suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that?
This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. We Badgers also make use of it in our duties.
Look, why don't you get out of there first? Then we'll talk, okay?
Oh, I beg your pardon, miss.
He's so scary. He's so scary.
Proto Badger, get! All right, only one more to go.
What are you getting all excited about?
Did you forget? The photo rally. Duh. See? Look. All I have to do is get a picture of the bad badger, and I'm done.
Yes. I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort. Oh, okay.
What? It's gone! Where did it go?
What happened? What's wrong?
A Bad Badger costume is missing, sir.
Oh, is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnappers stole it.
I heard about how they were stolen, but they said that only 3 of the costumes had been taken.
What? Is he saying that more than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a little more about these costumes you use. Is he like a cop? Like, why are we so formal? What did you mean by a Bad Badger costume is missing?
Why, I just said, sir. We're 1 Bad Badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all times.
Okay, so because one of them is walking around in the park,
And the other should be in that room.
Actually, both of them should be in that room.
huh? What do you mean?
Normally, we don't use the Bad Badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. It's the stage show where the Bad Badger wreaks havoc around the park. And the other Badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir.
I'm speechless that such a show exists.
Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use that costume.
Lord, they gave him a Glock.
Then doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the bad badger?
Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I going to do, sir?
All this basically means is that the kidnappers stole 4 costumes in total.
Then are you trying to say that there are 4 kidnappers?
No, I don't think that's very likely.
No?
Recall the costumes for a minute.
The stolen ones, you mean?
What proves that the fourth kidnapper does not exist? Was he wearing the pink badge? Not the pink badger, the Bad Badger, whatever the fuck his name was, Bad Badger costume when they like shot him, so they took another one? Because there's an extra one here. They could have just taken that one if they really wanted another one instead of 2 of this. Right?
Take that!
If you had 4 people and you wanted to steal a 4th costume, why wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal a Pink Badger costume instead?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yet the kidnappers decided to steal another Bad Badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 Bad Badger costumes, but the question is, why? Are we gonna do logic, perchance? Are we gonna find the outfit he was murdered in? Nomi, you're the smart one. I don't know. Don't leave this up to me. Blind leading the blind. The second Bad Badger costume. I believe it might be closer at hand than we think.
What do you mean?
That costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say it's wearing something very telltale pants?
Telltale Mansion. The Walking Dead mentioned. Hey, you're right! Let's get it out of there and take a look.
As I suspected, it's a Bad Badger costume.
Well, minus the head.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Let's get in there.
Look! Its hand is hurt.
It looks more like something was ripped off of it. I wonder why this Bad Badger costume's right hand is torn up like that.
Maybe it's a flesh wound from a fight with the Blue Badger. I always knew the Blue Badger was one ferocious beast.
I somehow doubt that even real badgers are as bloodthirsty as that, Kay. We know there's no head, so I gotta deduce, I'm guessing. The gun! Is this spot somehow connected? Yes, yes, the gun. Do we have evidence of the gun? Or anything to go with it? He has a gun in here. He has a gun in here. Maybe? Maybe? What are we thinking? I think that's it.
Eureka!
I believe what we have here is an inconsistency.
Between what?
Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be.
Oh, the gun!
Precisely. The Badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However... You there! Did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand?
No, I did not, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume.
As I thought. The rip itself confirms my hypothesis. That the gun was forcibly removed. My tongue feels so big in my mouth right now, and I don't know why. Like, I can always feel the tip of my tongue touching my teeth when I'm talking, and it's so weird. Mr. Proto Badger, The gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct?
Absolutely not, sir. It's just a gun model. However, it can fire blanks. We need to use them for the stage show.
It seems that our kidnapper also had need for a model gun, my dear costumed friend. Did a bee sting your tongue? I don't know. Maybe I was cursed. Also, hi, Clouds. Hello, hello, hello. I think we're about done with this room.
So what's next?
Well, we found a few answers. But there are still a few things left that we have to ask about a certain person about. Let's go, Kay. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Oh my gosh. You gotta hurry, sir. Come on! What is it, detective? They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir. What?
Isn't that what one of the kidnappers was wearing?
Bingo! That's why you gotta come to the main gate with me right now! If we hurry, we might still be able to get there before Wolf Boy does, sir! Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. To be continued right now. Come on, guys. You know what? Obviously, yes, we're gonna save this. My jaw is relaxed. My tongue just big as hell right now. I don't know. Let's match. Let's go to hell. Where's the costume, Detective Gumshoe? Just on the other side of the fountain, sir. Literally in your sight. It has a necklace, too. Probably gonna have their name on it.
Was it out here in the open all along?
No, it was discovered in the tall grass back there. We moved it out here in order to examine it more thoroughly. Let's get down to it. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What do we have here?
Oh, it's another pendant. That's 2 treasures in one day. How lucky is that? And hey, this pretty baby's made of platinum silver, too.
Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon? Is it possible that these two... Hold it right there! Do they have him under arrest? The victim? The kidnapping victim? Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure know how to cross the line, don't you? A pendant, huh? This is a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here, and read off what you see.
Lauren. Hey! That's a name that's engraved on this.
Miss Pop's pendant. Oh, Lauren D.
Hi.
Ha! We have you now, Miss Kidnapper.
No, you don't understand.
Molly, I can't believe you were one of my kidnappers.
Lance. You're kidding. Miss Pops was one of the kidnappers?
Yes. Oh! She admitted it, too.
It was me. I held Lance hostage.
So Miss Pomps is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over. Girl, you still going to jail, trust. Because that's fucking crazy. Hey, guys. Case closed. Get the car ready. And I mean the special one. For this young lady. This specific, like, Ace Attorney game, am I tripping? Or do they just, like, suddenly turn into the Bleach art style during certain angles? Like, when he turns his head up like that, he looks like he's from fucking Bleach. Like, the same kind of style that they do for faces. Again, Mr. Prosecutor? What is it this time? Like, Miles looks like he has his usual model. Like, they probably could have just straight ripped this from the other game and then added some other frames. But, like, the new, like, freshly drawn ones made for this game, like, when he turns his head, he looks very, like, Bleach art style-esque. Are you proposing that Miss Pomps is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. We found it. Found what? That officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Your country's police are a sham. Just look at how careless they are. Who are you calling a sham? The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. So Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges. I see. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking into the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, it was you who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Miss Pomps, did you really kill Mr. Deacon? Yes, I killed him. I can't believe it.
Thanks for the confession. Agent Lang, it's much too early to declare this case closed. Okay, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Miles. Like, we might have to step out, because, like, she's exactly where she wants to be. She's exactly where she wants to be. She said, yes, I did that. Like, oh, okay. Look at you. So sure of yourself. We've got the culprit's own confession, and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? She might be covering for someone. That's what I'm thinking. Something happened. Like, obviously she didn't do it. Like, obviously she didn't do it. But if I was in that situation, I low-key would be pissed. Could you imagine? You're like, no, like, this didn't happen. They're like, no, it did. I did that. Shut up. Like, we're for the full and honest truth, Emmy. You right. The grind never stops. It never stops. But good lord, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if I was him. No, because I ain't forget, too, when we played Ace Attorney in the past, and the victims would just straight up start lying. What are we doing? Like our clients would just straight up not tell us everything, start lying, hiding truths. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Mind you, it's my job to get you out scot-free. So why would you lie to me about anything? So then I'm not prepared. I look stupid. I look dumb. Yeah, look! You can see too. You see his hand right there. You see Miles' hand right there. Hold on, let me see. Settings. Hold on. I want you to be able to see my mouse just for a moment. Me when Miles confessed to his dad's murder. Like, what are we doing? Okay, so you can see my mouse now, right, y'all? Look at the line work for him. It's thicker and it's brown. Now look at his line work. It's much thinner and it's black. All throughout. You can tell that this is an older model. They didn't even make a new model for him for this game. They just gave him an old model. Okay, I have to turn it off now. There we go. Now you can't see it anymore. But good lord, I'm not gonna lie. I'm shrinking down a little bit.
Teehee, teehee.
Ain't that nicer? Miss Lauren Pops.
Yes?
I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that has happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder.
But why? I'm a kidnapper and the killer. Isn't that enough?
Girl, put this... Hello? Police? Take that from her! So teeny.
Oh, so cute. Oh, so cute.
It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that's the truth. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't? Girl, breathe. Look at live chat. Okay, hold on. I see it. Just a little bit. He also kind of has a similar hairstyle to Phoenix. I kind of hope we see Phoenix in these games, I'm not gonna lie. Also, she is so fire. Like, her design is so peak. That haircut is so fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, nobody's talking about her. She doesn't say a damn word. She just looked good as fuck and says nothing. Like, good for her. Good for her. This girl needs help? Who? I've had a change of heart. I think I'd enjoy seeing you sulk away as the losing mutt. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear all about the evil deeds you committed today.
The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. We knew that we could get rich by holding Lance hostage. Mr. Amano would pay anything to get his son back after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me.
There. Are you satisfied? She just confessed to her crimes a second time. I mean, at the end of the day, you could chalk this up to self-defense. She's still gonna go to jail for kidnapping. But, like, it would be, like, way lesser crimes, right? Like, I'm not tweaking. Like, yeah, if she did actually kill him. If she did actually kill him, it still would have just been, self-defense. At least you have the guts to admit to what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth?
Yes, it is.
If that is the truth, it certainly wasn't the whole truth. Because there is something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession. Like, we just straight up ignoring the fact that... Okay. Let's see. Let's just see. I'm gonna look at my evidence too, because I haven't looked at my evidence in a hot minute. I'm not presenting, but like the newer stuff that we got, like everything from here. Loan company. Do you think he was a part of the kidnapping too? Do you think he like played a part in this? Do you think Lance played a part in the kidnapping and then he was like the third one a part of it? They were trying to get money because he was in debt. And then when he was in debt, he got his girlfriend and the butler involved. Which also I gotta look at that. I gotta look at that. He got his girlfriend and the butler involved. And he's actually the killer. He's actually hold on. It went sideways and he tried to kill him. Okay. Whereabouts unknown after his escape from Pennydent Prison. Terrible name. Stole a gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head for where his wife and sole daughter are. But despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. And then the pendant that we just got, what does it say on the back here? And she's confirmed that it's her pendant. Lauren what? Lauren what? Lauren what? Lauren what? And what's his last name? What letter does his last name start with? He's her father, and he wouldn't have attacked her. He wouldn't attack her. Meaning that she's lying right now, most likely covering for Lance. She's hiding Lance because she hasn't mentioned that there's a third kidnapper involved too, which is confirmed based on the stuff that we found on the table, at and around the table. I think you're onto something, Nomi. Oh, my brain, my mind. Okay, let's press it first before we do anything else. Why do you think he did?
I have no idea. But maybe he had planned on doing so from the very beginning. Miss Pops.
Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the very beginning? Was that ever really likely to happen? No. I'm sorry, but I don't think what you just claimed is all that likely.
Huh?
I don't think Mr. Deacon would have ever been capable of killing you.
But why? We're total strangers. It's not uncommon for people to kill each other over money.
Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you? Does she not know?
Oh my gosh. What do you mean?
You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was, nor do you know who you really are. But I do. I can show you with this piece of evidence. This proves that Mr. Deacon wouldn't have been able to bring himself to kill Miss Pops. The pendant with the D on it. Because if that's her pendant.
Why are you showing this to me?
So what about the pendant? This pair of wings along with this piece of evidence, shows who you really are. And where's his thing? Where's his thing?
Take that!
Really? Nothing with that? Okay, let me get the other pendant then. What the heck? Of course not. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. It's really interesting because, like, that genuinely could have been a perfectly fine piece of evidence. Whatever. Because he's been in jail the whole time. I'll show the other pendant then. These two pendants resemble each other. Wouldn't you agree?
Hey, you're right! They're the same color and they're even made of the same material.
I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Shall we give it a try? Yes, sir.
Wow, it's totally Pegasus. But why? Why does my pendant match up with Mr. Deacon's?
You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be.
Oh, no! That can't be!
So the two make a set. It's just another trinket. It's not as though it's not as though this changes anything. You like imagination, Agent Lang. Very well. I'll show you with this evidence. This is the piece of evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus pendant. Now can I show it?
Take that!
Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Deveray, the name that is etched onto the horse pendant. What? An alias? I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. And it makes sense, given what was written in Mr. Deveray's dossier. But what I really want to point out is this. This specific section that reveals the true meaning. This one right here.
Take that!
Mr. Deveray had one daughter, and her name is Lauren Pops. That's a lie! That person was not my father! He couldn't come out and tell you he was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. Do you still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot? That scared the fuck out of me and started glitching. And what's so funny, Agent Lang? You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? Your thinking is much too innocent. After all, I've thought of another possibility. You lot, he about to say some stupid shit. Is that so? Well, let's hear it. I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Well, I mean, he knows that she's his daughter. I'm sure that he would try to make a relationship with her of some kind. Without even telling her. Like, come on now. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that they didn't know of their true relationship, right? And you're saying that the two of them committed the kidnapping together? That's right. As one really rotten family. Is that really what happened? I better take a long, hard look at the evidence. Well, no, because there was another costume. This one. There we go. This one. I kept missing it.
Objection!
This kidnapping wasn't planned by just two people alone. What kind of proof do you have of that? A lot, actually. Probably some of the most amount of proof. Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers. 3? 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who is this mastermind? I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. Lance. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Lance Amano? Yes. This abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No. didn't see their faces, but two. One was a woman. However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said. But I know I only saw 2 people. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Yes, about when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore. Honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? Okay, let's go. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. There's no way for him to have done that because the door was locked up from the inside. How would that have worked? Through the underground passageway, I presume. Are you okay? Sorry, I really didn't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. Ugh, how could you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes? Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There is a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little. He is way too skinny to have a face like that. like his face and body look like 2 separate things. I want to press about how he escaped. I want to press this, because what are we talking about?
Hold it!
How did you manage to escape? I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked, which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. I remember our escape to be equally as hard. This is an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined. Like, this is untrue. Because of the sword. The sword was there.
Objection!
Someone had to put that there. It was very easy to get out. The door was unlocked. You say the door leading out was locked. But was it really? Oh, okay. Ooh. We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open. Right, Sheena? Yes, that's correct. Then take a look at this. What is that? A sword? It's not an especially reliable one if it's broken like that. Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by this sword, which was used to jam the handle. Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, then why did you not just simply remove the sword and escape? I'm not gonna lie, I thought they handcuffed him. Why the hell is he still handcuffed? Did they not think to let him out of that? Why didn't I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. And that is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own. You've been making this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way. And what would that be? A motive. What else? Do you honestly think that an upright pure boy like him would hatch up a completely pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself?
Objection!
That's that quote-unquote love letter, bro. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this crime. I got you.
Take that!
To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. It is, in fact, a collections bill. It appears our upstanding boy has accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance?
Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man, too. It must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your old man, huh?
Alright, I give up. I abducted myself. Lance! Earlobes blowing in the wind. It's over, Lolly. Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. All I wanted was to go with you to a new town. Somewhere where no one would know us. I wanted us to be well off with that 1 million. But now, that dream is over.
Lance!
Then why are you giving yourself up? Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. My Lolly. Lolly? That shit sounds terrible no matter how I try to say it. Her name is actually Lauren, but that's the nickname he gave her. And her last name is Pop. And she has like a ring pop. So it's like a pun. It's supposed to be a pun. Oliver helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you? Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money. That's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside that room as Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in the Blue Badger's costume. That would mean the person Officer Meekin saw was Miss Pomps. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless. He tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then Oliver put on a Bad Badger costume, took the suitcase with the $1 million and ran. I contacted Lily right away and warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea that they were related, so I thought that it could only end badly. Blah blah blah. I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because if he was, I just killed my own father. Ooh. Loli. Then it really was you? Everybody going to jail. Everybody going to jail, y'all. Oh my goodness. Whole house under arrest. That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with $1 million in it. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. And there was a gunshot. The other person crumbled to the ground and I ran, scared for my life. I think the big picture is finally coming into focus, don't you? Molly, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you.
So, Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without even knowing who he really was?
If what she says is true,
Are you saying she's lying?
I think that... Ooh. We know that one of the guns had a blank. I think either she had the gun with the blank in it because it was ripped off, right? It was ripped off the costume. I think that Ooh, do you think that Lance possibly faked the death and then actually went and killed him after? Because the gun was ripped off of the... Okay, look. Let me explain myself a little bit better. As we remember, the Bad Badger has a gun filled with blanks sewn into the costume. Now she says that Lance gave her a gun to protect herself. But here's the thing. The gun, the missing model that would have had the blanks was ripped off. Meaning Lance probably gave her the gun with the blanks in it while he had the gun with the real bullets in it. And he was probably the one in the Bad Badger costume, right? He probably faked Mr. Deacon's death so that she thinks that she did it when she didn't actually do it. Bro, he's scummy as fuck.
Are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve?
You'd be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more, and you'll see.
Hold it!
Because we know that gun was taken. Were you able to clearly see the gun?
Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me? Do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't know.
I don't want to believe it myself. But it's true. My father's left arm was raised with a gun in it, pointed straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought.
Miss Pops, please calm down and take a deep breath. And then, would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time?
Yes, of course.
Left hand. He's right-handed! The gun would have been ripped in the other one too. Plus the thing is in the right hand. So if he was pointing a gun...
Objection!
That doesn't make sense. I have here a dossier on your father. And according to this, your father was right-handed.
Then...
The person pointing a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon.
Not the best!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Bad Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand, which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun in... the only hand he could have held the real gun with was his left hand. Isn't it possible that it went down like that? Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? Then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in a court to catch it. Ooh, he said, dumbass! Moron! Enough with the smugness. Out with it already. Miss Pops told us earlier. There was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the 1 million in it. According to you, the bad badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Pops?
Yes, exactly. And I'm sure it was the bad badger. It had those huge sunglasses on his face.
But if that's the case, even I can see there's a huge contradiction. Yes, Miss Pops claims to have seen the bad badger, but yet the bad badger had both of his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong. No. They are both correct. Impossible! That just leaves us with an irresolvable contradiction. Miss Pop's entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. But what if that bad badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half? Ooh. And this proves that there was a way for the bad badger to freely use both of his hands.
Take that!
The costumes have two parts to them, a head and the body.
No, I get it now.
The head Miss Pops saw was probably really the head of the bad badger. However, it is not possible that the body was that of an entirely... However, is it not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger? A different badger? Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. Yuck. Yuck. Icky. Icky.
Take that!
What the heck is it? It's the proto-badger. Yes, and it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Pops was wearing the blue badger's costume, so we can eliminate that one. And the pink badger is of the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is the proto-badger costume. Miss Pops, who was the one who wore the proto-badger costume?
That would be Lance.
Damn, she stared at the ring pop with straight love. He gave that to her, mind you. And he, a whole bum, tried to frame her. Oh my goodness.
Not so fast!
Are you saying what I think you are? That Lance Amano donned the bad badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon? On top of which he plotted to shoot Miss Pops while wearing that hideous thing? The stage that was set up in the stadium was nothing more than that, a setup. And its purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim. It was all done so she would pull the trigger.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Why exactly would I have to do all that, huh? There is but one reason, Lance Amano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Miss Oliver Deacon. Mr. Oliver Deacon, not Miss. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to her and her transition. Oh my goodness. What?
No!
That's slander. Take it back. You take it back right now! Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand?
I'm left-handed.
What does that have to do with anything? He's so stupid. It depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held a gun in his left hand.
Not so fast!
Huh. Who is what-handed doesn't prove a thing. And besides, you're just being absurd. It's not like the proto-badger is bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right?
Objection!
Of course. Logically, if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well, and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. This is how Lance made sure he wouldn't be hit by a bullet. The missing model gun.
Take that!
We found one half of a badger costume in the hideout. A broken one. It was not the same one the victim was wearing. Plus, it was missing something. And that something is the model gun the Bad Badger carries, which can fire blanks. What? Miss Pops, where is the gun you used now?
I threw it away into the sea.
That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was. Although, I believe that we can safely assume that it was the model gun in question.
Not so fast!
I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture. I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I'm right is very high. Hi! Okay, let's pretend that you're right, and that the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know yet. Ha! I knew you were full of it! However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame. Please wait a second. It's simply not possible. Because... I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance. She saw the victim in the state of being restrained? I just wanted to say hi. I'm sorry I'm going to sleep. If I had more energy, I would stay awake. Don't even worry about it. Thanks for dropping in. Nice to see you. I came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in the room next door. After that, the two of us put on our costumes and made our escape. So Mr. Deacon must have escaped after the two of you left, right? We thought that it'd attract too much attention if we left together, so I left first. We planned to meet up again at the stage in the stadium. But then, as I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone. Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. So he definitely was dead by then, right? Like, I'm not tripping, chat. He definitely killed him before she even, like, fully came in. And he was probably wearing the suit. He also stole the gun from me at that time. And then, the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard their plan to meet up at the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Pop saw the victim with her own eyes. Which means that the victim was still alive at the time. Wouldn't you agree? Why does that sound wrong to me? There must be something amiss about this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it in more detail.
Hold it!
You sure that it was Mr. Deacon that you saw?
Yes, I'm certain of what I saw.
Did you go into the other room to check?
Lance said that it was best if I didn't get too close to him.
Girl!
Lance, he's such a kind soul.
Then, are you telling me that you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself?
I checked through the slit in the door that separates the two rooms. He had a Bad Badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure.
Okay, so she's, like, genuinely dumb. Okay.
That just had to be Mr. Deacon.
She saw a Bad Badger head. So, the tied-up Mr. Deacon was still in his Bad Badger costume?
Yes, and?
Girl! Mind you, for all she knows, that costume could have just been empty. You check through, like, he had a mask on, so it must have been him. Not just a mask. He had a full body costume on while I looked through the slit of a tiny slit of a door to see him from a distance. Had to be him. Okay. It would appear she misread the whole situation. What now? Should I raise an objection? Yes! The person you saw was not the victim.
What?
Why not? We'll tell you why not. With this. This, Miss Pops, shows us what that person you saw... That person you saw was not the victim, blah, blah, blah. The fucking head. Kid's like, what?
Take that!
Miss Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all.
Huh?
The person you actually saw was this person. It was us! Because we were tied to the pillar! It was us! Why are we even an option if not? Why would we be the option if not? It was me.
Huh? The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth?
I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me even after I had handed over the ransom? It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. And if that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we can assume that the victim was already dead at the time. Well, Lance, am I right?
That's...
You showed Miss Pops a person, namely me, with the Bad Badger's head on, and then made your costumed escape together. Or so you pretended.
Huh? What do you mean he pretended?
Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably to come and remove the Bad Badger head from my unconscious self. And to create his fake prison with the prop sword. He then escaped via the passageway. Hold your tongue, boy. Don't get caught up with that tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave. We've heard a lot come out of you, but I've yet to see a shred of evidence. The victim's betrayal and the subsequent detainment. All of that could have happened while you were out cold.
That's right! You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor.
Even if that were the case, Miss Pops still would have seen me tied to that beam.
I was scared of Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. So I really have no idea if you were in there or not, Mr. Edgeworth.
You see? It would seem you can't prove a thing. Who said that? We switching up on our son? Yeah, fuck that boy. Who with me? Fuck them kids. Please wait. Mr. Amano. Oh, Miles, my boy. It looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others.
Dad!
Let's see. You're the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry that my son has been nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Oh, do you now? Is that what I think it is? The costume with the bullet hole in it. It was thrown into the water.
It's the Bad Badger costume the victim was wearing. And a gun.
I couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found these myself. The real gun and the fake prop gun. It appears they were disposed of in the sea. Is there no one in this country who actually obeys the law? Okay, well, no, there's a lot of people clearly obeying the law. There now, Agent Leg. Please calm down. What the heck is that scrap of paper?
It appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Romano complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says.
What? The Chief of Police? What the? Just who does he think he is?
The person who wields the highest authority in this area.
Oh, there. Now, there's no need to be so upset. I'm not a cop from this land, so I'm not bound by the laws of your country. Didn't you just complain about people breaking the law? If you don't listen, then you're also gonna... Okay, whatever. Now. This wasn't meant to strong-arm you into anything. It's just a request. I'm only asking that you please respect the laws of the land. I can't really say no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand, it doesn't matter who found the evidence. Its value remains unchanged. 1 second. Alright now. Let's take a look at this new evidence. I've already got the results back. I had a special forensics research lab that I'm on good terms with conduct. Oh my gosh, am I good? I'm on good terms with conduct the test. They verified that the blood on this costume belonged to Oliver. As for the gun, the only fingerprints they could find were yours, Lauren. What? You disappointed me, Miles. I can't believe that you would cause my son such stress and heartache. Is he lying for his son? Like, what? Thank goodness I was able to find the final piece of evidence. With this, you'll have no reason left to push my poor boy around. And that's it. These are the case-making pieces of evidence? I'll be the judge of that. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay, let's see. Could this gun be the actual murder weapon? No, this is the decoy. This is the decoy. This has to be the decoy. No, this was used to kill. Then I'm confused. Where's the fake one? It's in the helmet too. What's this? Looks like there's something inside the costume head.
Hey, they sparkle. I bet they're really valuable.
Sorry, but they're just pieces of a mirror. But why are they... The haunted house is where he actually got killed. Why are they in here? Just sopping wet. Oh my god, just look a fucking mess. And this bullet hole.
It looks kind of burnt around the edges.
Wait, those burn marks were left by the gunpowder. This is the most important fact. That means that it was fired really close up, wasn't it? That's what that means. Because if she shot from that distance that they're implying that she shot from, where he was standing on the stage and she was standing on the ground, there wouldn't be gunpowder in there, right?
Why is that?
Because it's proof that the victim was shot at point-blank range. Well, are these not the most definitive pieces of evidence you've ever seen? Thank you, Dad. This should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there. Hey, so he was gonna scam you? No matter how much, you know, you think he might be innocent, he still tried to scam you. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Nomi the Seer is killing me. No, because, like, I love these games. I love when, like, you could just, like, put stuff together. I love doing that. Like, I'll be watching shows with my friends, and I'll just, like, start talking about, like, oh, maybe this is gonna happen. What if this happens? Like, how did I manage to, like, foresee the fact that that Riverdale was gonna end in the last episode with Jughead, Archie, Betty, and Veronica being in a polyamorous relationship for no fucking reason. Mind you, I was just getting bad vibes, and I just kept repeating. I was like, could you imagine if that's how it fucking ended? And then it happened. It really happened. It felt like, what's the word? It felt like the saxophone meme. Every episode. Like, it was just getting worse and worse. Like, oh my god. Alright, let's get it. Make no mistake. There are fingerprints on that murderous gun. And they prove that it was Lily who killed Oliver. But Oliver was also after Lily's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lily was only acting in self-defense. Because he doesn't want to get in trouble. He can get her out of it, but he would go straight to jail if he was the one to take credit. That's why. That's crazy. The plan, you see, I can tell what the original plan for him was. He was gonna cut Oliver out of the, like, out of the cut of money, out of the 1 million, so that he could take it with her and they could run away together. And you might be like, oh, but he's framing her. He's framing her. Well, yes, the intention there was for it to be a self-defense case. He would still be seen as the victim, so he wouldn't be a part of it at all. So the intention would have been that she would have been like, oh, he tried to attack me, he tried to kill me, and in self-defense, I shot him. Like, it's horrible, I feel terrible, blah, 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 blah. And then what would happen after that is Lance would be like, I was there, like, being, like, kidnapped, you know, like, I don't think that she really meant it. Come on, guys. They would help her. They would help her to get out of the, court case, like, completely, like, free. But if he was the one that gets caught doing it, he just goes straight up to jail. Like, that's crazy. The fingerprints on the weapon, huh? Oh no, this isn't helpful at all. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want you to do is save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch on as she takes the punishment for her crimes. That may be all you can do. However, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie. You wound me. Why won't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? Because you're a fucking liar.
Hold it!
Those fingerprints, are you sure they belong to Miss Pomps? There's no mistake about it. Through my connections, I had the best forensics techniques money can buy performed. Blah, 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 blah. I find that to be a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to pick an argument with me? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes! Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Pomps' print should be on the gun to begin with. And the reason why Miss Pomps' print shouldn't be on the gun is because they were in the costumes.
Take that!
It's simply not possible for Miss Pomps to have left any prints on the murder weapon. Because while she was at the stadium, Miss Pomps was wearing a costume. Does Kay have a bullshit power like everyone else? I haven't watched the other episodes. Kay is the Yatagarusu, which is a, like, great thief. Like, think like, she's essentially the Phantom Thieves from Persona. At least she's supposed to be the successor to the original Yatagarisu. But she just started. So she hasn't done anything yet. But her whole thing is like stealing information to like expose the truth to the world for like companies and like evil like corporations. So we haven't really seen her do too much yet, but she's been like following us around. Like she helped get us out. Hold on, I'm fixing something. There's some dirt on my keyboard. It's kind of pissing me off. I'm using duct tape to get it off. Ugh, my mind. That duct tape fixes all. No, literally. Here we go. Because while she was at the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume. Huh? But there's been no mistake! We found fingerprints! Well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at any time?
Yes! As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he and Lance left for the haunted house.
To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. And that is when Miss Pops' prints found their way onto the gun. Grrr. Do you understand now, Mr. Amano? The fingerprints do nothing but prove Miss Pops is the murderer. Do nothing to prove Miss Pops is the murderer. But you still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right? You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer.
Lance?
What? No way! I'm incredibly worried about her! But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? Girl, you doing all this over a situationship. You can't even fully say that you guys are dating or not. Like, bruh. He's a bomb! That's crazy! Mind you, they were basically, like, childhood, like, friends. Like, they've been, like, they grew up together. They should be so close. And he's doing this shit to her. Like, wow. But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? And that's where you're wrong. I have the evidence. What? How? The story that Miss Pops killed the victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup. This proves that the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. Where is it? Where is it? No. Here we go. There we go.
Take that!
Let's take another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. Then, I believe you will see why I insist he was not shot at the stadium. And then the bullet hole.
Take that!
The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range.
So then you mean the murder Miss Oldback saw at the stadium really was?
Yes. She saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Well, yes, it's my job. You should be smart too, believe it or not. Like, this is so crazy. They be acting a fool. Look at him. He coming to work his boobies out. His hair look a mess. Like, what are we wearing? Piss me off. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then? Lance set me up to look like Mr. Deacon had... Lance set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder must have happened prior to that. The location where Lance and the victim were at just before I was imprisoned was... obviously the haunted house. The real location in which Mr. Deacon was killed is here.
Take that!
I think it's not unreasonable to assume the murder took place in the haunted house. The haunted house? Or the haunted house? Blah blah blah. Yes, I have proof that it is highly likely that the victim was killed there. What proves that the real scene of the crime was the haunted house? It was the mirror fragments.
Take that!
Because the mirror's all busted up. These were inside the costumes the victim... These were inside the costume the victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror. A mirror? And what does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume.
Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous.
However, there is one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that is the haunted house. Lance Amano, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with the revolver in the haunted house. After that, you stole the Blue Badger mobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. The timing of when the Blue Badger mobile was stolen confirms this as a fact. Miles, my boy, say no more! I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do that.
Not so fast!
Be quiet! Yes, please, do something! Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense! Ernest Amano, correct? I mean you. Now be quiet, Gramps. Like, this angle reminds me of Bleach a lot. I don't know why. When he looks up like that. How dare you! He says, shut the hell up. I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. I feel so sick, but oh my goodness. What? Sheena, wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout? Yes, there was a mirror there. A mirror that's for the haunted house. You see? Isn't it possible the fragments got into the costume there? But Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low. Probability? Langji says, on truth's path, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is definitive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is, do you have the definitive proof you need?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you?
Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? The answer is no. See? So since you don't have any, shut up. I don't have the evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. That time, the only people at the haunted house besides myself were Lance and Mr. Deacon. I can prove that the murder took place at the haunted house. Then I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder.
What now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Agent Lang, I have a special request. Couldn't they, like, figure out the time of death as well? To figure all of this out? Like, they usually have that shit in most other cases. But you're telling me right now they don't at all? Because everything that happened, there has to be a decent gap between everything that happened. Between him actually being killed and then the fake murder that was, like, planned to make her look like she did it. That would be too easy, Nomi. You're right. Obviously, they have to lock out every fucking time that it would make sense to be locked in. Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah? I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house.
Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission?
Because I don't really have a choice. I want to find the truth. Alright. Permission granted. But you're not to touch a single thing. Got it? That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is that the truth be brought to light. It doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it is. Sheena! I'm here. Put in the paperwork for the authorization immediately. Understood. I'll go get the Gatewater Group's approval. Who was that? Now. Let's hold on for a second. There is no need to obtain approval. Mr. Romano? Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this. What is this? Sheena! It's the deed to the haunted house. The deed? Read it out loud! Don't talk to her like that. Gatewaterland Inc. hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Romano for the lump sum of $1 million paid in full in cash. What? As you can see, I'm now the legal owner of the haunted house. He's aware that he did the murder.
Are you kidding? When did you...
I ran into the owner of the park earlier. We made the deal almost immediately. He's aware. He has to be aware. He knows his son did it. He's trying to protect him. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye. That's $1 million you paid. Don't tell me it was. Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? Not too much. I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now. You used the ransom money? My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. So I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money. He's aware. He knows for a fact his son did this shit. He's protecting him. After all, he did return the ransom money. That's the way things are. So if you would please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What is there to discuss? Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course. While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Romano was out there preempting. That's crazy. Ooh, he pissed me off. He pissed me off so fucking bad. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper. Mr. Romano definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave this... Ooh. There we go. If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever. Fuck you and your ugly fucking chud son, too. What the hell? Like, oh my gosh. This is pissing me off. Do you think he was in it from the beginning too? And we're gonna find that out as well? Because he did call us to go there. Were we specifically brought there to, like, be used as bait? Because why would he call us to go? Because it's giving that he's a part of it now. But why? If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Okay.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this.
And what is that?
When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kei Verde, the second of the great Yatagarasu.
But I thought you were a thief, not a hero.
The Yatagarasu is noble, and is always a thief of justice.
That's... Of course. Oh, I forgot to mention Hariyama Gaming. Listen. She has a phone that has like a holographic projector on it, and it fills the room to like mimic the crime scene, or she could put any information she wants in and it'll play like a simulation. So she's gonna rebuild it using the phone instead.
If we have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony, you can recreate exactly what happened. When I dropped off the ransom money, blah, 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 blah. You may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang. Ah, so you want to use your little toy? Be my guest. This will be iPhone in 2027. Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
Detective Gumshoe. Is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprint among the police's reference documents? Yes, sir. We got it just in case we needed it for the kidnapping case.
All right, I'll input the haunted house data, then...
What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can't inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene.
Okay, what should I recreate first?
You haven't figured it out yet. Oh, excuse me. You haven't figured it out yet?
Maybe I have, and maybe I haven't. But I'm going to make you do all the work.
Very well. I would like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. Abdicator? Am I good? My brain is like turned off. My abductor. Good lord, abdicator. Are you gonna do a Sims playthrough soon? I don't know if I'm gonna touch Sims for a long time because that shit is glitched the fuck out, and I don't want my Sims world to get messed up. It is so bad. Like, when I tell you, I actively like went to look for it. Like, went to go like look for Sims and played it for a bit, and then the world, like, I made a side world, and all of the like satisfaction bars were so fucked up. Like, people were losing love immediately. Like, they would come to the house and their love bar would go down for no fucking reason. Are you feeling okay, Nomi? I mean, to be fair, I've been reading for 2 hours straight. My brain is gonna turn to mush eventually. Like, I don't want to log in and do that, and then characters are just gonna fall out of love. That started happening when I was playing on stream the last time, but it got, like, so significantly worse. Like, it would be, like, one day, in-game one day, and they would just fall out of love. with a character. Like, it was so weird. It was so weird. How did Batman even take you in? I know you're not talking, Jason Todd. The two of them were definitely in this place at that time. I can verify that. It might provide me with a new lead. Whole house apathetic. I had just come out into the dining hall after leaving the money inside the dining room. Out the hallway. At that time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hallway.
Eh? What was a badger doing all the way down there?
That shit was so scary. I was like, could you imagine that's the dead body? And then it got up. I also thought it was strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for atmosphere.
Do you know which badger it was?
No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette.
In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette for now.
Oh, is there a chance that that really was the body? Could you imagine I was right the whole fucking time? Because I just assumed he was pretending to be dead. The pink one? No, the pink one was never used.
Okay, programming complete.
And then I started walking towards the exit.
And that's when you were struck from behind, right?
Yes.
But that's odd. The hallway is a dead end. Where did your assailant come from?
There's only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here.
Take that!
That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was, in fact, a costumed kidnapper.
Oh, so he used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house.
Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this.
Hey, not bad. I'm starting to think I should steal this tactic for myself.
Girl, shut the fuck up. All the police around you, mind you. She talking about stealing. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. And just don't use it to do anything criminal, okay? Well, Lance? What are you asking me for? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. He didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright. Then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me? Yes, I'm sure it was him. Well, no, we saw the costume at the beginning.
Okay, I'm putting the new info now. Mr. Deacon was the Bad Badger, right? Since the Bad Badger has the gun attached to its right hand, I'll just have to change it so the weapon was in its left hand.
Now to verify the facts of this recreation. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize we were standing over here. I thought that this was us and we just got grayed out. Oh, she's coming too? Come on, girl, let's go.
When you take a look around, it almost feels more like a house of mirrors.
Indeed. Was ever heard of this many mirrors inside of a haunted house before?
Well, at least we know that this is the real crime scene, thanks to these mirror shards. Hey, wait. These shards. There's something different about them.
Over here. To the right, right where Lauren is standing. Oh?
The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from these mirrors on this wall.
It has to be from the thing to the right.
And look! There's some sort of design on the back, too.
The pieces from that costume are certainly different from the mirror one, from the other mirrors. Blah, 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 blah. What does this mean? Could it be that our pieces are not pieces of these mirrors? Miss Pops, by my hand, I will prove your innocence in the murder of Mr. Deacon. Therefore, please don't fret. It will soon be over. Do you not trust me?
Oh no. That is... Your face is all beet red, Miss Pops.
She want him so bad. Girl, I'm too old for you.
No, I can't. I have Lance.
Lance looking like a pile of shit, mind you. Lolly, don't tell me that you like that guy more than me. Yes. You're getting mogged. Easily. Easily.
That's... Oh, why am I so pathetic? I'm so easily swayed by even a single glance.
What exactly is she going on about?
I think you have another guilty person on your hands, Mr. Edgeworth.
Lad, I just wanted to look at the thing behind her. Pieces of a set of armor are in a pile here.
Why do you think they almost always have sets of armor inside haunted houses?
I suppose this sort of interior design is meant to bring out a sense of abnormalcy. Or abnormality.
Why do you think your explanations have to be so hard to understand, Mr. Edgeworth? Now try explaining it again, but this time so that even a thief like me can get it.
Lad, my brain is melting, guys. This is the end for me. That may prove to be a most difficult task.
I imagine this is how he snuck up on you.
And that gadget of yours can even replicate people's movements?
Well, it's used to plan heists, so of course it's gotta be able to simulate the police.
It's definitely very well made. Perhaps too well made. Maybe I should confiscate it after the investigation. Can we look at this one? No? I remember glancing over and seeing this figure sitting here as I left the dining room.
So I guess I got it spot on when I put it here in my recreation.
Well, yeah, he told you to. Hold on one second. I didn't take a good look, but I'm sure there was a badger here. There's also a window. I mean, we can't look at it though, so it doesn't really mean anything. You didn't recreate the weapon.
Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So, tell me, what were you hit with?
Wasn't it a sword? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was someone's bare hands.
Okay then. Where were you hit?
I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There's a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious.
Ouch. Sounds painful.
Why are you smirking like that? When you said it. Hi.
It's just your imagination. Now, let's see.
I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon.
Take that!
I have it. There was indeed one such object lying here in this hallway. A prop sword.
Are you talking about this thing here?
Yes, although we did find it in the kidnapper's hideout. Wait. Yes! It's possible the culprit took it with him after using it on me. But if that's the case, and Lance was the one to be using it...
To leave no evidence behind, right?
Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet.
Okay, so what test do you want to run on this sword?
Test with luminol. Because there's not going to be prints because they're wearing the costume. The culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so a fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter? Like I have a choice. Sheena, call the lab boys.
Understood.
Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. Which means it had to be held in the other hand.
So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll update the recreation with this new piece of info.
Blah, 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 blah. He'd be holding the sword really weird. No? I won't rest until I inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
And in the next instant, this badger will swing his left arm, complete with weapon in hand.
He has to club me with the left side of the prop sword.
Shall I recreate the moment of impact? I want to see the pain expression on your face.
It's just fine the way it is. Like, what the hell is her problem? Huh? Wait, maybe not. Is it just my imagination or something not quite right?
Deduce.
He's right-handed, so that makes no sense. See? I'm gonna go with this. Eureka! According to this document, the victim was right-handed.
Aha! I guess I should change which hand is holding the weapon then.
Not so fast!
Hold on, you two. You didn't think I was going to ignore something like that, did you?
What are you talking about? Look, no interrupting when I'm about to have a little fun.
Huh. Even if you changed your recreation, you'd only be wasting your time, because there's the gun in the hand. But no, this is the costume. This would be the costume that has the gun ripped off of it. It's not possible for that thing to hold something in its right hand, you know?
But Mr. Edgeworth's logic is...
What's that thing called? The Bad Badger? Let's take another good look at its right hand.
Oh, I forgot the weapon isn't in... Oh, I forgot the weapon isn't in its right hand because there's already a gun in it.
Precisely. You knew that already? Yes. And I also know that the badger was holding the weapon in its right hand. Huh? Are you aware of what's coming out of your mouth? You just contradicted yourself. I have evidence. Of course. Proof that the culprit held the sword in his right hand. Sounds interesting. Alright then. Show me this evidence. This piece proves the culprit held the weapon in his right hand when he struck. There we go.
Take that!
I'd like to point you to this piece of evidence. What the heck kind of proof is that supposed to be, Mr. Prosecutor? Can it be that you don't know your left from right? Ooh. Poppycock. Perhaps that wasn't the evidence I was looking for. What?
What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Get your head on straight. Look, think about when you're picking a lock. You hold...
My health didn't go down, though.
You hold a lock pick in your right hand.
Okay, that's only if you're right-handed and interested in thievery. Agent Lang, accept my apologies. I will now show you what I meant to show you all along. In that case, hurry up and show it to me already. What the hell? I didn't lose any health, though. Am I tripping? Like, what the hell? What did I present then? I'll do the suit then, but like, I don't know.
Take that!
I'd like to point out that this piece of evidence. They're having the same reaction. What the hell? Am I foolish? Am I a fool? Okay, how about the broken sword then? Am I missing something? Am I foolish?
Take that!
Because the way that it was held. The answer is the weapon itself. Except for a bit on the left side, the prop sword is absolutely spotless. Okay, so they're pissing me off because literally anything that I just showed would have made sense. Especially the first thing I showed, which would have proven that the gun was ripped off of that hand anyways. Oh my god, they pissed me off, 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 they pissed me off so fucking bad, they pissed me off so fucking bad. Whatever. Fucking whatever. Except for a bit on the left side. This prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side.
But the replica of Bad Badger isn't holding the sword in his right hand. I I don't know what's going on anymore.
Giving up already? It's simple. If he couldn't hold the sword in his left or his right hand, if he can't hold the sword in his left or his right hand, then the one who struck me could not have been the bad badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon couldn't have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect.
Fine. It was me. I hit you.
It appears that you lied to me yet again, but see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance.
Wait. Isn't Lance left-handed?
Yes, but that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. For you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword. Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say, the Proto-Badger.
You got it. Here I go.
Okay, but like, this really doesn't do much for me. Now, we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me.
All right. All we have to do is examine this new recreation and...
And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang? That amusing little gadget sure packs a punch, right, Sheena? Yes. It was all I could do to hold my laughter in. Ooh.
Hey! Don't make fun of little thief, you mean old werewolf. He and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other.
You've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat quietly by listening. But the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right?
Well, when you put it that way...
Your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault. So I'm going to let you in on this. There is a trick to this haunted house. And what may that be exactly? A trick beyond your tiny imaginations. A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Sheena! Here you are. Now then. What you missed, girlie, is written right here in this pamphlet. The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House. The Disappearing Badger?
What is this?
I'd say someone around here is fond of theatrics. As you can see, they set a doll down at the end of the hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw was just a stupid doll. Okay, but how does this change fucking anything? Like, this is pissing me off. This is just like a waste of time in this discussion. Like, it's just a waste of time. One second, I'll be right back, guys. I need a moment. I need a moment to go refill my water. I suggest y'all do the same. I'm back. I got a piece of cake. It's pretty good. Who wants a bite? Who wants a bite? What kind of cake? Just like plain vanilla. Like a plain vanilla cake, no icing or anything. How can this be? I guess that throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window.
But that can't be right. Maybe the culprit hid the doll somewhere. And then he laid down and pretended to be it instead.
Not so fast.
If the criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway, how could he hide a giant doll? The window! You get it now? Thanks to your presumptions, your logic started off weak and led you to the completely wrong conclusion. Now get off your high horse. Could you imagine being in this situation? And the people of the law that are supposed to be helping find the truth. Mind you, you're the suspect right now, but they're trying to find the truth, so they're in turn helping you in reality. They're just beefing back to back. Like, he's not even really trying to do his job. He's just beefing with Miles. He's literally just beefing with Edgeworth. Like, okay.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay. I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. You don't know when to quit, do you? I can't quit, not until I can declare what I've found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks. There you go again. We'll see if I care. What is his problem? Like, we should be working together.
Okay, I'm updating the recreation now. That looks really weird. Look at how it changes from the blue badger into the proto badger all of a sudden.
If the slumped over badger was just a doll, where was my attacker hiding?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out, right? So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go.
Yes, let's. This recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. Let's go see that thing. Let's see that thing. Yuck. We can't look at the window? Okay. This blue badger is just a doll for use in this haunted house.
I bet the one who killed this blue badger was the bad badger, right?
According to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy. All because one's an ally of justice, and the other's a vile criminal with a gun? Perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai and Evil Magistrate. See, and he'd be like, oh, no, I don't watch that. So what do we have to deduce? Like, dude, I don't think there's anything. Just a general costume. The belt is the wrong way. Am I tripping?
Eureka!
Hold on a second there. There is something wrong with this blue badger.
Huh? Like what?
The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake?
That can't be. I inputted the image data exactly as it is in the pamphlet.
So then, why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? Do we have a bunch of logic? It's reversed. The picture is reversed. Okay, do you remember what you said earlier?
What I said earlier about what?
About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors.
A house of mirrors? Oh, that would explain the reversed... The reversed or mirrored image? Mirrored image.
Yes. This blue badger might be nothing more than the reflect image of a real one.
Then was the blue badger you saw just a reflection?
When I looked down this hall, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror...
Oh, then would it actually form an L shape? Then it would actually form an L shape, right?
Precisely. I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black. And there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway.
Wait, but why did why build this place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me.
Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose. One I can point out to you. This was the reason they built a mirror wall.
Take that!
As it's written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger.
You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there.
That is true at the time. However, doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. Move the mirror wall. To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be removed. Then beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created. So we did. So what? Then we really did see? I gotta fix my headphones. Hold on. Y'all doing alright?
Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror.
And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. And this explains why the other side of these fragments have a design on them.
Ah, and if the pattern is the same as
The pattern,
is the same as the other walls in this hallway,
then when the mirror is closed, it would bend in with the result of the wall, with the rest of the wall, blah blah blah. It would blend in with the rest of the wall. Bro, my brain is gone. I'm trying to wrap this up quick as hell, because I'm not doing another stream for this specific case. This is the mirror trick that this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding space for the culprit.
huh? How so?
Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside of my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here. Well, yeah, obviously, like, over here.
Take that!
There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror, then you wouldn't be able to see him.
He didn't even need to do anything to the blue badger doll.
Exactly. All he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror.
Wait, hold on. I just thought of something.
Yes?
Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now in reality?
Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken, so the victim was inside, right?
Wait, that sound. Leave the money and go now.
That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information.
Don't scare me like that.
Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me.
Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway?
If you could first recreate this hallway just before I entered the dining room.
You got it.
Now this, I believe, is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although, at the time, I thought it was but a single straight hallway. And then I went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering.
You heard what? Then...
Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken.
Okay, so then when you stepped outside into the hallway again...
The mirror wall should no longer exist, Kay. Please recreate that.
Got it.
Would you look at that? How'd bro hear the glass but not the literal gunshot? What gets me is that, like, he heard all that shit and he just left. He was like, oh, okay, bye. Bro did not turn around at all? He didn't look around? He didn't go, oh, what the fuck? Nothing? Look, I don't know. Zero self-preservation. He didn't even turn around.
Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where did he go? In his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth?
That's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway.
I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything.
No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head.
Huh?
Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. Wouldn't it be that this was just here like that?
Take that!
Kay, thank God. Kay, take a good look at the end of the hall.
Oh, there's no blue badger there.
Exactly. The blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point on this long chain of logic. The last remaining contradiction.
So, let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right?
And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that should exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose was it? It was. I believe this was the real identity of our mystery badger. The victim, right?
Take that!
The badger I saw was, in actuality, the dead victim's body. What? Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final, decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. And you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon. No! Brother, are you a part of it? Like, what are we crying about? Like, why are we upset that someone's going to be brought to justice properly? The real criminal will be brought to justice. Like, what is his problem? Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken.
Not so fast!
Bro just wants his check. Like, my god. Ha. You were in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot?
Objection!
There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time. All for theatrics, I assume. There's no way you missed a gunshot, though. Come on. The gunshot must have blended right in. Hiya! Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? It was you, Lance Amano. Did we finally do it? Yes! I'm sorry! Yuck. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straddled me. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. The bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would be the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail. See, that's justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself. That remains to be seen, and all will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I leave the rest to you. As if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight. Wait, that had nothing to do with the murder. The only person you should be arresting is Lance. Dad! Oh, he knocked the fuck out. Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with the evidence so that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are. Willing to risk it all. Truly touching. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? And how could I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question? You wound me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know? You came to see me? What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Amano. About a case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's that? What's the name that you use here for that case? Sheena! It's known as the KG-8 incident. The KG-8 incident? Oh, so you remember it. Good. Then you'll recall that trigger in that case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Smuggling. There's that word again. At the time, the person that was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Deveray. Oh, he was innocent. Father! Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Deveray, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. Deveray was arrested in place of you, which is why, when he broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty secret. Now. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Pretend to be ignorant all you want. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chat. What the? Who the heck was that? Ooh, this was before. Oh my gosh, I just realized, yes. This was before the oh my god, I hate when they do this. Oh my gosh, I hate when they do this. I forgot that we're in flashbacks right now. These two cases are technically flashbacks from the first case, which was the tutorial. Because that guy at the bottom was the killer, and the guy at the top was the victim. And the victim brought evidence, which included the gun, and then, like, the gun, there was, like, a little horse on the side of the gun and everything. I'll take him down to the precinct, if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? I'm Jacques Portsman. I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Oh, Jacques, thank goodness you're here! Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I got the backing of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that would be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Was he trying to, get his... Was he trying to get him out of the case? That's why he was in our room, like, stealing? Sorry, but I hate prosecutors. The whole lot of you. He's pissed. Guys, arrest the 2 suspects. Sir! Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal.
Hey, is that any way to thank someone? And what the heck is that supposed to mean?
You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So how does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you? The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow. It's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that was working for Mr. Romano in the smuggling ring, right? That's why he murdered him. That's why he did all that. No, I would never do such a thing. What the heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's me, dumbass. What the fuck? Like, why would I do all this if I was on his side? I would have been like, yeah, you do you, and I would have left you be. Like, what? Oh, so Agent Lang suspected my relation to Mr. Romano. That must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude. It's obviously Portsman. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, too, are you? The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Well, don't worry. It's not only you. The whole lot of you can't be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years? Every defendant must be found guilty? Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts. Why is this man so angry with us all? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. So don't you forget it. Please, wait. Agent Sheena. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang in Jingfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. Were? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. How can that be? A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence of the Lang detectives, one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence purity was tarnished, and cost the Lang family its honor and trust. But not all prosecutors are like that. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor. So Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. So he's a dumbass. Look, I'm sorry, like, Lang, what if we kissed? Oh my gosh. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim. We better catch up. Yeah. We still gotta deliver that thing to the old man, after all. Yeah, clearly, obviously the corrupt one. And you thought it was me? Like, what? Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves. Yeah, are you going home, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office? No problem, sir.
Excuse me.
Yes? What is it?
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's okay. No need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective.
I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate. What's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? And to think I never realized my brother was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it. I'm a failure. There she goes again, talking to herself.
Miss Pops, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping.
No, I have no idea.
Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning he had no interest in the staged self-abduction.
Wait, then why did he...
I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Pops. Yeah, it's your fault your dad's dead, by the way.
Me?
Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Deveray into cooperating.
Father!
As a felon, he could not tell you of his real relation to you. Yes, he absolutely could have. Am I tripping? He absolutely could have told her who he was. She's not gonna go to the police. What are we talking about? They just be saying shit sometimes. He couldn't do that because, you know, he was on the run and no. However, as the Amano family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do. But that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind.
That is... Thank you very much!
You're welcome. Although, there's no need to thank me.
No, Lauren, stop! I mean, this man's so much older than you.
Aren't you like 21? Too old for you, yeah, but like... Oh no, you're 19! Absolutely not! Ooh! Ooh! Yuck! Ooh! I was about to say, isn't he like 5 years older? He's not that crazy. Too old, but still not that crazy.
Looks like you've completely stolen her away, Mr. Edgeworth.
Not interested. Not interested. Because he was 21, the other guy. Way to go, sir.
Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief.
What are you going on about now?
Wow, your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts.
That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. You have no smarts at all. Don't speak up.
Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. If you haven't remembered it in all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know?
And... what? What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth? How do you know this girl?
Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy.
Gummy?
Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember?
That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. To that fateful day 7 years ago when I first met the then child Kay and Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, she was like a little baby. She was a little baby. Goo goo gaga. Goo goo gaga.
Okay. All right. That's 3 episodes down. How many left? Only 2! Holy shit. We only have 2 left. Oh, you guys know I like to see the beginning. You know, I like to hype myself up. This game has 5? Lord. K. Faraday. Okay, well, fuck me. No, no. The piece of cloth that she conjured up has taken me back to many years ago. Is this another flashback? You gonna finish the whole game? Not today. And here go his old, decrepit, nasty, stupid ass in the fucking judge seat. Get him off my screen. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. I did it. I killed the guy. But it was the great thief, Yatagarusu, that told me to do it. Ooh.
I asked the defendant, just what exactly are you trying to say?
Don't you get it? I know the true identity of the Yatagarusu. Ooh, that shit is going fast as fuck. The Yatagarusu is the man standing over there at the prosecutor's bench. Ooh. Are you saying that I'm the Yatagarusu? Don't you dare deny it! You told me to kill him when you snuck into the embassy.
Are you claiming that Mr. Faraday is the Yatagarusu?
Okay. Mr. Rell, I think I've heard just about enough from you. Your Honor, please listen to me. I'm telling the truth. You gotta believe me! Mr. Faraday? I'm saying, hold on. A new prosecutor shall be called to replace Mr. Faraday. This court will be in recess until the new prosecutor is ready. Alright, y'all, and that's where we're ending it off.
Yeah, yeah!
Yuck.
Bye! Bye, everybody! Bye-bye! Bye-bye, everybody! Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye!